Hey guys, CJ here, and I am so excited because character bios are back. Yes, after a very brief hiatus, we're back with a new one. And this is actually a special edition for you guys to coincide with the release of Jessica Jones on Netflix tomorrow, Friday the 20th. I am just extremely excited for that show. I loved Daredevil. I thought it brought an incredible dynamic that the Marvel Universe just did not have yet. And from all the looks of it, Jessica Jones is going to have that same dynamic. But we'll talk about that a little more at the end of this video. So without further ado, let's get started. So Jessica Jones was actually not originally Jessica Jones. She was Jessica Campbell, and she was born in New York. And she lived a fairly normal life. She had a very normal childhood. During high school, she went to Midtown High, and she had a crush on Peter Parker, actually. But during a family trip to Disney World, her family got into a car crash with a military vehicle transporting various radiated chemicals. And I don't know what it is about these heroes having accidents with military trucks carrying radiated chemicals, but maybe that's something she can relate with Daredevil about, I guess. But in that accident, her family was actually killed, but Jessica survived going into a coma. And when she woke up, her life was forever changed. Her life was drastically altered, and she was put into an orphanage, the Morehouse for Wayward Children, until she was adopted by the Jones family, which is where we get the name Jessica Jones. And after this, she went back to Midtown High, trying to resume a little bit of a normal life. But after she woke up from the coma, actually, she learned that she had superhuman abilities. And at first, she was not really sure what to do with these abilities. But after witnessing Spider-Man, of all people, who she didn't know was Peter Parker, but after witnessing him fight Sandman, she decided to become a hero and use her powers for good. Her codename was Jewel, and she had an outfit, a costume, a little jewel on the belt, and she had the purple hair and everything. And this was it was a relatively brief stint. Her career as a superhero was not a long one. As soon after she started, she ran across Zebediah Killgrave, aka the Purple Man, whose power was mind control. He could actually, influence people to do what he wanted. And it was incredible. I mean, he could pretty much do anything. He lived in a hotel he never paid for, and he did unspeakable things to Jessica for about 8 months. Stuff I'm not going to repeat here, but you can easily find if you Google it. Just a ton of stuff he made her do while she was under his mind control, and this had deep effects on her mental state and eventually led to her retirement from heroics, and it actually led to her becoming an alcoholic, which will probably be addressed in the Netflix show. But so she decided to kind of turn a new page in her life, a new chapter in her life, and she started a private investigation agency called Alias Investigations. And during her first case, she actually met Luke Cage, the man that would become her husband and the father of her child. And she continued working as a private investigator for many, many years, which sometimes led her into dangerous situations, as commonly superheroes were involved. She even became a member of the Avengers for a brief time, resuming her Jewel identity before taking the name Power Woman to honor her husband. And that's about it for her origin. I mean, since then she's had, this is just her bio, like her origin story. Since then she's, had run-ins with all kinds of superheroes. She's all around the Marvel Universe. She's done everything. She's teamed up with almost every team in the Marvel Universe, it seems like. But her main thing now is, of course, she's got the Alias Investigations. And she also has a daughter now with Luke Cage. So Danielle Cage. And so onto her abilities a little bit. Of course, Jessica Jones has superhuman strength, superhuman durability, flight, telepathic resistance, and detective skills. And to talk about the superhuman strength aspect of that really quickly, her superhuman strength is really interesting, as is her durability, because we don't really know a lot about it. There's nothing, she does not quite have the body of work that like Captain America does per se, where we specifically generally know what his strength is. Her strength, all we know about the possible limits is she was able to easily lift a cop car. Other than that, we're not quite sure, but she's easily able to lift up to 2 tons at least, we'll say. And for her durability, she herself does not know if she's like invulnerable, but several times it's shown that she gets a cut from a knife, and while it's not like a bad cut, she still gets a cut. Repeatedly, when she's been punched in the face, she gets a bloody nose, but it's not, she recovers fairly quickly. She was stung with one of Spider-Woman's venom blasts, and it caused her a lot of pain, but she was okay just moments later. And she can also fly, but kind of another interesting kind of niche thing about her character is that she doesn't like to. She gets airsick really easily, and she has a hard time flying. And specifically her flight, though we do know it's subsonic. She cannot fly at supersonic speeds. And as for the telepathic resistance, you may think, well, she was, mind controlled by the Purple Man. How did this happen? Well, she actually got mental blocks put in by Jean Grey, of all people, the very famous X-Man, Jean Grey, who put mental blocks in her mind to give her some telepathic mind control resistance, even if that, control is based on pheromones rather than actual telepathy. Though it seems actually that she kind of has to, I guess you can say, summon this from herself. And of course, one of the things that she mainly uses now are her detective skills. A long time as a private investigator has given her a great wealth of detective skill and knowledge, which probably is her greatest asset and ability. So that about wraps it up for Jessica Jones' bio. Ran a little long there, felt like getting a little bit deeper into it with you guys. But I guess, just comment in the comments below what you thought. Who'd you like to see next? And are you excited for Jessica Jones coming out tomorrow? I know I am. All of the reviews I've seen say it's incredible. It's really, a lot of people are calling it like the first complex woman superhero that we've ever seen in film. And I think it's great for Marvel to be taking that first step and definitely expanding the horizons a little bit. It seems great. I am incredibly excited for it, and I'm going to binge it all tomorrow, hopefully. And if I don't binge it all tomorrow, I'll finish it on Saturday, and the review will be up then probably. So that wraps it up for me here. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.